Hey everyone! In today's video, I'll be reading different stories from Reddit while at the same time exploring my brand new Minecraft world. This is going to be a relaxed, laid-back video, around 20 minutes long, so feel free to sit back, relax, and enjoy the combination of storytelling and gameplay. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, let's jump right into it. My parents sent me an apology letter after I cut them off. It wasn't what I expected. I, 28 male, cut off my parents almost a year ago after years of manipulating and controlling behavior. I was homeschooled, and my parents were incredibly strict about what I read, watched, etc. They would mark out books if it made them uncomfortable, and even put accountability software on my phone to track any texts or emails I got when I got my first phone at 19. They even dragged my sister when she'd have a tantrum to her room and force her to stay in her room while tantruming by forcing the doors shut while she banged on her door. I also have ulcerative colitis, and it was so bad I had to have my colon removed at 18 and thus fell behind on schoolwork and such while in bed. My parents called me lazy and not wanting to do my schoolwork because I laid in bed with severe stomach pain and restricted my diet where I was barely getting proper nutrition. I somehow managed to gain an online community, mostly without the knowledge of my parents because they think anything online ruins people and they don't trust it. I even met my first girlfriend through this community, but she broke things off because she saw how crazy my parents were and couldn't take it. I eventually met my wife and eloped with her without telling my parents until after we were together. My parents have expressed how they think she has caused much harm to me. This kind of sets the stage for present day. When I cut off contact with them, I told them that I would greatly appreciate an apology for everything they had done. On Christmas Eve, I got a card from my parents that was essentially a letter. In it, they expressed how they truly thought they did their best at parenting and still don't think they've done anything wrong in how they parented me and my sibling. Not only that, they blamed my ex for how I am now, and that they don't think they have ever hurt my wife. This really hurt because I had spent 4 years after being married trying to reconcile and telling them why they had hurt me, and I finally just got fed up because they wouldn't and couldn't understand. All this is eating me up because I was hoping that that letter would actually be an apology, but no, all it was just them justifying their parenting, blaming and deflecting blame onto me and my wife and ex. Anything but apologize. Not only that, they say they still don't know why I've been hurt by them. I'm coming to the realization that I'll never get a reconciliation with my parents, and it hurts.
My neighbor told me I'm stunting her children's development because I won't let them use my backyard as a shortcut to the park. I bought my first house about 6 months ago. It has a nice fenced-in backyard that happens to back up to a local wooded trail that leads to a popular park. If you go around the block, it's a 10-minute walk. If you go through my yard, it's about 30 seconds. Enter Linda. Linda lives 2 houses down and has 3 kids, all under 10. A few weeks after I moved in, I caught Linda and her kids unlatching my side gate and walking through my yard. I went out and politely told her that I'd prefer they didn't do that, citing liability and the fact that I have a dog who isn't always fond of strangers in his space. Linda's response? "Oh, the previous owners always let us. It's just easier for the kids." I told her that I'm not the previous owner and to please use the sidewalk. I thought that was the end of it, but yesterday I came home early and found her kids climbing over my fence, not even using the gate, climbing. I told them to get down and go home. 5 minutes later, Linda is at my front door, absolutely livid. She didn't apologize. Instead, she screamed that I was being unneighborly and hostile toward children. She literally told me that by forcing them to walk the long way, I'm stunting their development and robbing them of outdoor time. She then demanded that I give her a copy of the key to my gate so she can supervise them properly while they use the shortcut. I told her that if I see her or her kids in my yard again, I'm calling the police for trespassing and I'll be installing cameras. She called me a bitter, child-hating hermit and stomped off. Now, a couple of other neighbors who I think just don't want to deal with her are telling me I'm being too intense and that it's just a yard. They say I should just let them use it to keep the neighborhood harmonious. Am I the asshole? I mean, I know this is entitled people, but I'm genuinely shocked that someone thinks they have a right to my property because it's more convenient.
Am I the asshole for bullshitting someone for years? I, 34 male, have a friend, K, 34 female, that I've known since college. Relevant to this story are Mary, 32 female, and Alan, 34 male. Mary is K's friend from high school, and Alan is my friend from middle school. I consider Kay and Alan to be my closest friends, while Mary is a friend of a friend. Kay feels the same except switch around Alan and Mary, and I think everyone is on the same page. Anyway, Kay loves to host, and we all see each other at her events. Her place is the biggest, and she's super into holidays, so it's always a great time. Whenever she does host, I always ask what I can do or bring. I always say I'm happy to do anything she needs. She always says, just bring yourselves and shoes anyone who tries to help her in the kitchen. I usually still bring wine or help get drinks, but always ask if I can do more. Recently, Mary just got engaged and asked Kay to be her maid of honor. Great, I'm sure I'll hear all about it and send her a card. I doubt I'll be invited, but I'm happy for her. Well, Kay was messaging this weekend about the Bachelorette and asked for my help. At first, I'm game, assuming she needs to spitball ideas or something. No, she wants to rent an Airbnb a 2-hour drive away for a long weekend. Cool. Plan a bunch of outings in wine country and games for the house. Cool. And have Alan and I secretly do all of the cleaning and setup when they're gone. Not cool. To be clear, we would not get to participate in the fun stuff or stay at the Airbnb. Alan and I met doing backstage stuff for Drama Club, so we would basically be stagehands for the weekend. Kay also said we could put on aviators and secretly be their rides home on their big night out, because sunglasses driving at 3 a.m. is a great friggin' idea. I told her that seems like a huge ask. Her reasoning was basically, I host all of the time and want to just have fun. You've offered to help before, and I'm calling in all of those favors. She wants me to be the one to ask Alan, too. I love the guy, but he's a huge people pleaser. If I asked and said I would do it, there's a good chance he would say yes. I know it's taking the choice away from him, but I don't even want to ask. I told her this seems like a lot, and she said, oh, so whenever you said you'd do anything to help, that was just bullshit? I was actually taken aback a sec. I've left her on red and am just processing. I'm definitely not doing it. My wife and I are announcing we're pregnant soon, and I'm not leaving her for a weekend for this. I hate that this is how Kay will find out, though. I wanted it to be a happier moment, but here we are. What's getting to me is the insinuating that I was bullshitting when I offered to help in the past. I wasn't. I would have been happy to bartend or dishwash or anything at a party I got to enjoy. I just don't think you can essentially bank offers and then use them all at once. Am I the asshole for not agreeing to do this? Am I the a-hole for missing my friend's wedding? I, 23 female, was invited to my friend's, 23 female's, wedding about 10 months ago. We've been friends for over 10 years, so obviously I was excited for her and let her know I'd definitely try to be there. The wedding was in my hometown during my winter break from college, so I thought it would work out. So I RSVP'd with a yes and said I'd go. However, recently, I've really started to invest in my career. I'm an actress. I've been working really hard for the last several months and been in conversations to get in with a big company and really make something out of my career. And I was offered a workshop with casting directors that same weekend as her wedding. Her wedding was Friday afternoon. I decided this was really a make or break moment for my career, so I let my friend know that I wouldn't be able to make it anymore, and I was so sorry. This was about a week before the wedding. I let her know I'd try to stop by that morning before the ceremony. She seemed fine with it at the time, sad I couldn't make it but understood, and I thought everything was fine. I stopped by morning of the wedding and greeted her, let her know how happy I was for her. The maid of honor and one of the bridesmen, also close friends of around 10 years, greeted me too, and they asked me what I was missing for. Technically, I can't really talk about specifics of the opportunity, so I let them know I had a business trip or workshop a few cities away and had to miss. I left that morning, went to the workshop, and it went very well for me. I shot my friend a text the morning after her wedding, congratulating her and letting her know how happy I am for her. Anyways, I thought everything was good, but yesterday her maid of honor reached out to me.
She basically said that she was pissed that I missed. The bride was super hurt I wasn't there, that I should have made it, all of that. I felt really bad because I had no idea my absence hurt her so much. I figured everything was okay because it seemed fine before. I sent her an apology text. I felt really bad because I don't think I stressed the importance of my workshop that weekend enough, so it probably made it seem like I missed her wedding for nothing. So I texted her and let her know how important it was that I attended and how I really wanted to try to make both work. She hasn't replied, and now the bridesmen and the MOH have both unfollowed me on a few platforms. I feel like under normal circumstances, I obviously would have been there, but with something as important as a make or break opportunity like this, I just have to take it. I've gotten some conflicting opinions though, obviously, so am I the a-hole? Am I the asshole for disinviting a friend to my birthday after she showed me the food she was bringing? Hi guys, I'm using a throwaway for this one. So basically, I, 17 female, am having my 18th at my house. It's just a dinner with my closest friends. I told everyone they may bring food if they like, but I'm going to be doing little cooking like some barbecue food and then ordering pizza. My guy friend, Ryan, asked if he can bring a mutual friend we have, Emily, since they're dating now. I told him, yeah, sure, because he was gonna leave early anyway. She offered to make food and I told her that would be really nice, but she didn't have to. She insisted. I made a group chat of people coming and I invited Emily to it. I sent a message talking about when to come, to wear whatever. An important thing in the message was about allergies. I have a friend coming with a really serious nut allergy. I've never seen them have a reaction, but I've been told it gets pretty bad. I wrote in the message to triple check your food doesn't have nuts and to be aware of cross-contaminating. Everyone read the message, some replied. Emily did a thumbs up on the message. Last night, me and Emily were talking and she mentioned the food she made. I told her to show me a picture and it was a cake. The cake looked like something my mom had made before and it contained nuts. I asked if it had nuts and she said yes, but not a lot and my friend could just not eat the cake. I told her I'd rather she just didn't bring it. She then got mad and said she'd gone through the trouble of making the cake, so she's bringing it or she isn't coming. I told her then she's not coming because I was clear about my friend's allergy and even cross-contaminating was asked to be checked. So why would I allow her to bring a whole cake? She said it was disrespectful to disinvite her and that she's Ryan's GF. If he's going, she's going. I told her no, it's my party and I didn't want her there anymore because she was acting like a child. She stopped texting me, but then I got a call from Ryan saying I was being a massive dick and she spent ages on the cake. I said I don't care if it took her 2 whole weeks to make the goddamn cake. I was specific from the beginning on what you could bring and couldn't. The only thing you couldn't bring was something with nuts. The parts where I'm talking to these two is where I may be the asshole. I asked if she's incompetent of reading and comprehension and if she really doesn't know any other cake recipe. He said I was being a bitch and hung up on me. Ryan is telling everyone him and Emily are not attending because I called them names and rejected Emily's cake. A lot of friends, mostly ones not coming to the party, are saying it was slack to let her make something and then uninvite her because of what she made and she put effort in that cake for my birthday. There's only 3 people saying I'm not an asshole and one of them is my friend with the nut allergy. My party is tomorrow and I kind of want perspective on this before then. Am I the asshole? Edit. The cake is something like a spongy cake, but it's not an actual birthday cake with frosting. I really don't know how to explain it, but it's seen as more a treat cake where I live, if that makes any sense at all. Second edit. 3 things, guys. I'm a girl, lol. The friend with the allergy is a guy. Also, the comments calling my post fake are boring at TP. I'm not responding to heaps of comments because there's more than 1,000 of them. Boo-hoo to the guy cussing me out in the comments because my name is Cupcake Lad, and so that has to mean my story's fake because I'm a boy. I'm Australian also, so at least where I live, lad is a common term and I use it in a joking way and to address, this is gonna sound crazy, guys and girls. Wow. And lastly, I did thank her before she made the cake when she told me she was going to bring one. I said it was really sweet and thanked her for bringing a cake or thinking to make one for me. I'm responding to some comments, but obviously I didn't expect my post to blow up like it did, so it might take me a while. I'm trying to read as much as I can. Third, Guys, please look up allergies that can be airborne before you comment. It's not propaganda or being sensitive. I'm not going to debate whether my friend's allergies are really that serious. The point of the post was asking if I was the asshole for what I called her and disinviting her, if you read the title. I wasn't asking for your opinion or medical advice regarding the allergy. Seriously, guys, Google is extremely free and easy to use. Also, thank you for all the birthday wishes. Fourth, for the love of God, if you think my post is fake, please keep scrolling. Do not comment or DM me to point out spelling mistakes or anything. I don't care. It's getting hard to report all the comments cussing me out for made-up reasons of my post being fabricated. Please seriously get a life. Reddit says, not the asshole.
Am I the asshole for not allowing my fiance's family dictate my baby's life before it's even born? My fiance, 26 male, and I, 27 female, have been engaged since the 16th of December 2025. Being of African culture, he made his way to my home to negotiate lobala, bride price, and all went well. I've met my soon-to-be SIL way before us getting engaged. She was kind, welcoming, and seemed to be loving. Fast forward to the 30th of December 2025, I fly back to Gauteng from Eastern Cape to be with my fiancé. The next day, we get an invite from my fiancé's mom for a New Year's Day lunch on the 1st of Jan, and we accept. That same day, my fiancé took me to the hospital because I had a bad case of the flu, and he didn't like that I wasn't getting much better. During that doctor's consultation, we find out that we're pregnant and are 5 months pregnant. I guess I'm one of the lucky ones who didn't get any morning sickness or grow much of a stomach. On the day of the lunch, we break the news to his mom and sister, and they're so excited and happy for us. They mention a few traditional things, like the mom giving the baby its first name. My fiancé shuts that conversation down and tells them it's up to him and I what we name the baby, and we won't be doing that. Later, I'm helping his sister prepare the food in the kitchen, and she mentions a baby shower and/or gender reveal for us. I tell her my sisters and friends might throw me one after I break the news to them, and she tells me that's so great and that I'm lucky to have them to do that for me. She also mentions me getting her in contact with whoever will be planning it once I know so that she can be a part of it. I tell her no problem, and we end that conversation. Fast forward 2 days ago, my fiancé and I go for an anatomy scan to find out the gender of the baby and also find that everything is still going well with the pregnancy. The doctor writes down the gender in an envelope and closes it up for us, and we decide to take the envelope to my eldest sister for safekeeping. We both share how the appointment went with our family. Mine takes it well. They don't question anything. His side of the family, however, go off. His sister tells him that she feels like we shouldn't have given the envelope to my sister and that she's the aunt of the child, Dad's side specifically, and that she feels like we're excluding her from our child. She ropes in their mom, and now even his mom is going off on him, telling him that she should be the one to have been given the envelope, and she would be the one to tell us the gender of the baby. Also, to remember that I'm married into their family, and since I'm a part of their family now, I can't decide on stuff like this and have them go along with it without discussing it with them first. Right now, as I'm writing this post, his mom has since blocked him and told him that she'd be withdrawing herself from his life, and that he can do what makes him happy. His sister is riding that train like crazy, telling him that it's always been them three together. So, am I the asshole? Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me. If you enjoyed the Reddit stories and the Minecraft gameplay, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.